Hello everyone, welcome to Challenge to Build and Challenge to Build Live. I'm picking up right where I left off last night. I took my drill and cleaned out all the holes, and I had to go get new hardware. My bolts were just a tad too short for my liking, so I had to go out and get some longer bolts, and now I'm in the process of just putting it all back together. Alright, well, we're going to continue on. I went to the hardware store to get the rest of the hardware and some fittings for the air tank, because the air tank's going to be happening today, and I feel like I'm on the home stretch. I can getting a sense of I guess victory or the build completion, even though I still have a decent amount of work left to do. I'm feeling like the end is near. So it's I'm coming into today with a little bit of energy, and I'm looking forward to seeing where I will be at by the end of today, as long as I don't run into any major problems. I think 10 grade 8 bolts will hold this in. I think I went a little overkill with how many bolts I put in, but I wasn't taking any chances. Ooh. Ooh. Ouch. Wasn't on that one. Gotta love the live. That's why we watch, right? That'll make a good blooper for YouTube, huh? How many times have you guys punched yourself in the face when you slipped off a bolt? All right. Whew. Gotcha. I'll tell you what, I'm kind of sitting here, so I think we're going to go for the shocks. We'll do shocks and then we'll do airbags. Bolts, washer, washer, I don't know if I'll be able to get my impact. I don't know if I'll be able to get my impact gun up there or not, and it would help a lot. Guess I could have got a shorter bolt. It's looking good. All right, and this one can go in. That. Oh, it's one of them oddball bolts. 13/16 for the bolt, 7/8 for the nut. It's kind of like a 7/16 bolt. Dang it, I forgot. Ugh. Constantly. I can't wait to get this project done so I can stop going up and down, up and down, up and down. I'm getting my workout today. There we go. All right. Sweet. That's one. It's funny, the first time you do anything, it always takes a while. So the first shock took a while, but now that I have all my tools and I know what the heck I'm doing, the second one, a couple minutes. Wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. All right. Let's see how many times I have to get out and in and out from underneath the truck. So before anybody asks me, I am using a Vixen 2600 series bag, And this, I believe, is the VXD 2600 SD, if my memory serves me correctly. I will have to look it up and put a link in the description once my YouTube video drops. And I did it this way on purpose, so that way that was one less thing that I had to worry about installing. And these, if you install them correctly, depending on the height of the vehicle, if they happen to blow out, you can run them on the bump stop to get home, to get to safety, whatever it is. So they say you can run them on 0 PSI, but they have to be installed at the right location, so that way they can run on the bump stop. So, all that to say, I did leak check them already. I have the airline fittings installed already. They are a 1/2 inch NPT fitting. And I'm using the supplied hardware that came with the bags for the top mount. Don't want to cross thread them. Let's see. Although I wonder if I should. Although I really want to put them in, see what they look like. I think we're going to pivot a little bit, because once I put these bags in, it's going to make it very difficult for me to drill and tap a hole into the spring perch over here for my ride sensor. So, although I really want to put them in right now because they look awesome, I think I gotta wait. Alright, pivot. Let's drill and tap this hole first. Alright, for this system to work, this is the 3H series system from Airlift Performance. And there's going to be a height sensor in all 4 corners. So the front sensors were a challenge, and hopefully the rears won't be that difficult. But for the rear sensor, when I was working back here, I kind of planned to mount the link arm to there's the spring perch. Since this had a flip kit in it, the spring perch is actually on top of the axle, and I decided to leave it because of the way that it mounts. But it gives me a place. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole and tap it for a 1024, and then use a stainless steel 1024 Allen cap screw for the link bar, and then use thread locker and run it in right here to give me a perfect location for mounting the sensor. So that is what I'm going to try to attempt to do right now. Ooh, that was scary. That was scary. So some of you may be cringing at the fact that I have the tap in my drill, but it's so small that I don't have a holder, like a handheld holder, to be able to fit in the location. So what I did was, rather than chucking it up on the square part of the tap, I chucked it up on the actual cylinder, I guess you could say, or the shaft of the tap. This way here, if it bound up and my drill wanted to keep going, the chuck would just spin on the tap. So that saved it a couple times, so it makes it kind of go nice and easy. So using some of the supplied hardware in the kit, I had to buy a new 1024 bolt, but these are the link bars that you get. I'm using a supplied spacer, and I'm using it sort of like a misalignment spacer for a heim joint, so that way I can get full range, not that I need it within the heim joint. And then I'm not going to use thread locker yet because I'm just putting it in there. Should work. Let's get back to installing the bags. All right, everybody, soak it in. I'm going to. About a month ago, you guys were watching me build all this stuff. Definitely looks stout. Very pleased with the way it's looking. I'm very happy with the way that I went about doing the cross member. Kind of helps even it out. It looks good, looks strong, looks cool. The top cross member turned out real nice with how it's boxed in, and everything is looking really, really good. Tight, tight, torqued, 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 tight. Those are tight. Those are tight. These are tight. And these are tight. Just going through the checklist in my head. I like touching and talking out loud to make sure that I'm not missing anything. I think I'm going to take a break and stand up for a couple minutes.